Casual talk, first episode. We got a lot to talk about today. Beastmen and Kill team, so is League of Votan, and Phobos Top 5. I'm Pete, and my co-host here,
Seth.
And we got Mr. Top 5 himself in the middle.
Hey, guys.
With that reward, we actually maybe can afford to stand.
You might want to say your name.
Hey, my name is Tomas, and I got top 5 at Adepticon.
Yes, and this is actually the first time Tomas and Seth is in the same video.
Yeah, this will be a fun first video.
Yeah, you just sat there and watched me.
You guys keep on dodging each other. I'm trying to do you guys want to play a game? And Seth's like, I can't make it. And Tomas like, oh, it's Seth?
He's just scared.
I
He's scared.
I thought I was getting gaslit. They were like, no, we have Tomas on the channel too. I'm like, who? There's videos of him on the channel, huh? Hold on. Thomas?
Yeah, Adepticon.
Yeah, Adepticon. So what is Adepticon? I've never been, so...
Yeah, so Adepticon is one of the grandfathers when it comes to tabletop gaming conventions. It's awesome. So I've been to a bunch of different conventions, and this one is really special. It's, it was my first time going, but the attention paid for stuff like hobbying, there was a whole ton of vendors, a bunch of game designers were there, and there was so much gaming to be done. It is almost too much. But yeah, it's a really cool convention. I highly recommend it for anyone that's interested.
Yeah, because I saw some pictures. There was that Golden Demon there as well?
Yeah, so they have Golden Demon. GW comes out and does a whole bunch of stuff there.
So I've been to LVO, but I have never been to Adepticon.
Yeah.
So same size, same
It's kind of hard to explain. It's bigger than LVO.
Okay.
But the actual gaming part is smaller.
Okay.
LVO has, I think last year we had 840K players, which is absurd. But none of the events are as that big, but there's a lot more events.
Okay.
And the vendor side of things is huge, and the game designer side is a lot bigger.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I spent way too much money. It was bad.
Oh, man. I think the last one I went to, I spent more money shipping things back, and I spent a lot of money on plastic.
I purposely made sure to pack light so I could carry out more stuff, and my suitcase was full.
What did the airport security think when they?
Oh my god, dude!
I was walking around like this. We might put up a photo now of. I literally put this under the seat when I flew, and a little glass box, and I got the weirdest looks from people, and all sorts of questions. They're like, "Oh, is that a chess set?" No. Oh, is that?
Okay.
Yes.
That person. Don't even talk to that guy.
Yes.
Okay. It's like,
No,
this is a chess set.
My favorite one was someone asked if this was Age of Sigmar.
Oh yeah.
Which is they were so close, but also so wrong.
Yeah, that guy's your spellcaster,
That's
right?
actually crazy though, because isn't 40K 99% of the player base, and Age of Sigmar is
Right?
actually 1%?
I mean, not where we're at, but
It's crazy how I did have several people recognize it, or at least when I said the name, they go, "Oh, that's what that is."
Oh, okay.
Because
there's no judgmental look as you're scanning your stuff over.
I feel like the acceptance level is going to be a lot higher now, especially with Amazon about to dump so much money.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Even on the plane, I had every single flight attendant be like, "What is that?" And then there was a couple of people that were. There was one guy that was on my flight to Chicago and on my flight back. He was playing, I think, Bolt Action. But it was just really funny because obviously they all see my stuff, but it's kind of harder to see when someone has one of those phone cases because they just look like suitcases with backpacks. And they're like, "Oh, so you're going to Adepticon?" I'm like, Yep. Yeah. What gave it away?
Is there those guys that kind of stretch a little bit to your seat and then accidentally kicked your?
No, I was about to say.
So
under your seat.
They're I gotta.
Yeah, just.
There was one guy that snuck his foot in, and I'm like, luckily the box gives it a little bit of extra room. The whole point is for protection, so it worked out pretty good, and everything made it to Adepticon and made it back, so I consider it a success.
But you got sturdy base, so you don't even have to worry about.
Oh no, these guys will never fall off of their base. It's nice, and they're nice and in there.
So I've actually seen your entire Raven Guard.
Yeah,
okay, I've actually seen your entire Raven Guard army, and you did this base on everything.
So the only one I did this also was on my Thunderhawk.
Oh,
Okay,
So the Thunderhawk.
All right,
just
sorry.
the Thunderhawk.
the 1,000 point what to bring in a game?
800 points.
Okay, all right, yeah.
because I was gonna say the epoxy might cost more than your army if you actually do it for the
Jesus, right?
Yeah, this was for a kill team. It was quite expensive, but it was worth it. Even though now I want to redo the whole thing.
But that's kill team. You know, you can go kind of hard on every single model.
That's the thing. Like these guys will look. They all look better than my main 40k army because I can spend more time on them. And you know, normally a squad of 5 infiltrators, they're just 5 dudes.
Yeah.
And I have 20 more of them to paint, so they're not getting special attention.
There's just no way.
For like your 2,000 points, right?
Yeah.
It's literally like 10 models on the field and that bird.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
And then you get shot down first turn.
You
and you're
should
just
see
like,
it. It is a very big model.
Yeah, the base alone is it's an 11-inch diameter.
Yeah, you started working out, right? Because you don't want to drop
Yeah.
it as you
It
move.
literally looks like he could hit somebody and then kill him.
Oh,
like
the base alone is 25 pounds.
yeah, when you're
Yeah.
pushing that around the narrative, you're just like, stop,
Let me
everyone
just
stop.
lift this up.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Am I clear to land?
They're like, oh, that's so cool. He's like, don't touch it. I was like, all right.
But yeah, Adepticon. So one of the big things also about Adepticon is that GW had a big preview.
Oh,
And they always do every
Yeah.
year. And it's one of the ones like at Vegas they also do that. But this one I feel like they did more. And
I mean, the Game of Thrones collab is crazy.
I mean, the last collab they had though, the last collab GW had turned out kind of crappy.
Dude, Tywin Lannister, I was like, damn, I didn't realize.
look, you guys leave my beautiful man alone, okay?
I don't even like Space Marine. I'm like, maybe I should pick this up to paint.
That-
He looks crazy.
I don't. Why did they need to make him look so beautiful as like 10,000-year-old man?
Oh yeah.
Right? Like
The line is a gorgeous model.
He's well rested. I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
You put him next to Gilliman, and it's just like, get this trash out of here.
the
Gilliman's
entire
garbage.
no, the entire lore is he's out fighting demons or whatever for like thousands of years, and he just comes back and he's like, "Oh, my hair's perfectly groomed, and I look like Pierce Brosnan." Like, get out of here, dude! No.
And then they have the different head, like
Oh,
the different
all the heads are
options.
good. They're,
Dude,
they're
all
so
the
good.
heads are
yeah,
good.
It's
But there's
insane.
only one correct answer, and it's the hooded helmet. Anything else is wrong.
Ooh.
I don't know. I like the hooded face mask.
The hooded face mask is good.
Are you guys talking about the same thing? Hooded helmet?
Yeah,
hooded
it is.
face
We're
mask?
talking about the same one.
Are we, I thought he has like his actual like his hood.
No. That was a meme.
No, I literally thought he has 4 heads.
The
One
wing
is-
comes
is
off.
plain.
That's why he's able to put the
Yeah,
hood
so
on.
he has head. He has hooded head, hooded with either face mask or helmet, and then the big wings.
Okay.
So yeah, we're talking about the same one, which is
then yes, you're right. You're 100% right.
the wings are cute.
Damn.
They're very 80s 40K.
Yeah.
Like they're very. We're gonna make guys look funny, but they're
And those little Ewoks or whatever following him, holding it.
The Watchers, okay? Those guys went to I think they went to the warp and pulled him out. Because he went and I forget the exact lore. I don't care about Dark Angels, but those little guys pulled him back from like battle, and then they threw him into
The little alarm clocks,
yeah.
pretty much.
the Jawas.
Yeah,
Not the
Jawas.
Ewoks.
Yeah, Jawas,
Come
yeah,
I
on.
don't watch Star Wars. What do you mean? Huh?
How are you in this hobby and you don't watch Star Wars?
I was still in fucking Asia. What do you mean? We
Oh
got
my
fucking
God,
anime, okay?
goodness.
Pray for you.
But Gilliman, I do enjoy him just narrating like we are clapping everybody.
And
We're
then-
destroying, and then like they just pan it to like them getting absolutely their
Yes.
handed by all the
Yes.
Tyranids.
The 10th edition release video or whatever is so good. It had a bunch of nice, very good looking models, except for the Dreadnought.
Whoa! Everybody loved the Dreadnought.
See, no, okay, look, this is my issue with like the 40K videos. Is like even if you go back to the Dawn of War games, and I know Relic did it, but still, they always do this thing where it's like one unit, another unit.
Yeah.
This unit kills this unit, another unit kills. Instead of just like throwing it out and having it like.
It doesn't
be
feel
this-
natural.
Yeah, this static. It's just yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna start doing that when we start losing our battle reports. I'm just start narrating like I'm beating the shit out of you guys. But like, I've had
I'm
one
the
model.
best. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot of me narrating. Great, can't wait. This is where I win. Double ones. Oh, I killed myself with plasma. Cool, but I'm winning.
And I'll just ignore everything. We'll just end as me saying I'm Victor, but like I'll be at 0 VP and you guys will be mad.
Perfect. We'll start a channel called 3 Casual, and that's the alternate reality in which we just lie about who's winning.
God.
Yeah, the 10th edition announcement trailer and all that involved with it, the new Tyranids, the new Space Marines.
man.
It's
man.
great. The like only thing that I didn't like is that they didn't show enough Phobos Marines. And I need more.
They get a
Phobos
flamer.
Marines.
Okay, just
They
move on.
murdered a Phobos list last edition. Like, it was cool when it came out. And I actually, when we went to the narrative, I played a guy who brought all Phobos Marines. And it was such a cool, like narrative experience to play like all Phobos, but it would never work.
Oh yeah,
In a competitive region. Yeah.
that's why I'm right now running in competitive.
No.
It's all Phobos.
How so you have like 3 stealth, like 3 walkers, and then everyone
Yeah.
else, and then you have to take
Which,
the
fun fact-
Raven Lord guy.
I bring Shrike, but fun fact, those tactical warsuits, they're not Phobos. They don't have the Phobos
I
keyword.
thought the recon ones were.
Nope. The Phobos keyword is rather restrictive.
I mean, I would like to see them change that because I like the whole like scouting. I mean, you saw
Which
my
is-
Eldar;
yeah.
it's all scouts.
That's one of the things that they were talking about with the 10th edition change, because they did a little Q&A,
Yeah.
kind of talking about it, and just about all of it's been revealed in community articles. But in the Q&A, they basically said that they want to do more similar to what is currently called Army of Renowns,
Cool.
where it's you get rewarded in some way for playing a type of list. Within the same faction. So like for Space Marines, it's like, oh, do you want to bring a Terminator list? Well, here's a Terminator Strike Force. And then, oh, you want to bring Phobos? Here's the Phobos Strike Force. And then, that will give you advantages with certain aspects.
I'm all about that. Absolutely all about that.
It lends itself to more creative, because then you can say like, okay, an infiltrator sucks, but if you bring an infiltrator in the Phobos faction or in the Phobos army, it gets a lot better. Like then it allows them more freedom to do different units. No, Peter. I know you're going. What? You're going like.
I know,
you're-
this is how I feel about when y'all talk about Kill Team.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just letting you guys talk. Why are you looking at me?
This felt like I had to bring up the third wheel in the 40K conversation.
I mean, we do kill team battle reports. I don't know if you guys realize that for the past 11 videos.
Oh yeah, let's talk about.
And I'm terrible at it.
Fine, hold on. We'll talk about the Beastmen versus Votan box.
Actually, no. If this
not
is the
kill us.
opinions of 5th place, the GW has lost some grit. All right. No, I'm excited for it. To be honest, like we knew Votan were going to be in this new box,
Yep.
like no matter what. But I think the Beastmen coming out of nowhere were kind of like I like that reach to the past, because like Beastmen, Skaven are all in 40K.
Yeah,
The space rat, that would be hilarious.
No, they're in 40K.
Yeah.
Skaven are in 40K, but they're just mutated humans.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll get a kill. I want a Skaven kill.
Skaven kill team.
If it was Skaven, I'd be so
I
happy.
mean, that's kill team though. Like it's like to do
The
wild
perfect,
shit.
yeah.
They
It's
just like
that's why like this edition compared to like I forget what they called the first like 2018 kill team, the iteration
Yeah.
before this. They didn't really have any new stuff. The new stuff they brought in were characters.
it was like super 40K light, right?
Yeah, it was.
Well,
It was
essentially
legit just 40K light.
It was literally like it was made for an Asian market, because like GW is big in like Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines, but they don't have the space to play. So you see a lot of like smaller games. Like Kill Team is insanely popular overseas, and there's also like a 40K light that they play overseas too.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Was talking to one of the employees for a GW store, and he says
I was like, aren't you an Age of Sigmar player? You know a lot
no,
about
I do,
40K, yeah.
but like that's why like all these like box games do really well over there. But like in Japan, like the apartments are.
Hey, they did
teeny
get
tiny.
weird with
Tiny.
those blind box. Have you guys seen those?
Well, that's
Space Marine?
that game. Those Space Marines, that has been going on in Japan.
Yeah.
They just brought it over to the United States.
did-
I wasn't even playing.
They did
40K.
that with Plague Marines and then some Terminators, I believe.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's from the Japanese version of 40K.
Yeah, because there were some like rares. If there's a rarity, I'm just like, I don't even play this, but I kind of want to pool.
Oh yeah, it was.
All those models are cool looking. Every single one of them.
They're monopose, as in like you can only build them one way without
Yeah.
like breaking them apart. But they're all super ornate.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Like my friend who plays Death Guard, he loves the Plague Marine ones because they're all just
I said a bunch of those.
Yeah.
A couple of those. I played with Seth on.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like those ones are really good. The Terminators now are a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, they're a little bit more squatty than the new Terminators are going to be.
Oh man, the new Terminators. Oh, I forgot about those.
So I'm not a huge fan of Terminators, just because they're not very Raven Guardy.
I'm okay. What I really liked, because like I mean I didn't see it live clearly, but I saw the stream. What I really liked is that they kept the homage to the old Terminator.
Yeah, and they just flat out said like, no, it's either Primaris or Firstborn. It does not matter. And that's, there's lore implications for that, because the whole point of Terminator armor is that they're very hard to find.
Yeah.
And that apparently no one can reproduce them. So it would have been weird if they were like, ooh, actually Call made Primaris Terminator.
They opened a Necron vault, then Mechanicus got in there. Now they know how to do it again.
Yeah. And also, let's be honest here, it made the Firstborn players a lot happier.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like I am. Here's my first hot take of the podcast.
Okay.
No.
Well, actually, I guess saying that the Beastmen versus Votan was sleepy. So second,
no,
hot take.
that was just a shitty take.
Okay.
This is be a hot
This
take.
is the hot take. They should get rid of all Firstborns.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I don't know
Every
what
single-
is going on. So yes,
I agree
sure.
with you.
It,
I agree with you.
it flat out ruins the codex to
It
have
does.
Firstborns. There's like one or two gaps that the Primaris still need to fit, which is Jump Pack and Terminators, and they just got Terminators, and we're rumored to get Jump Packs.
I'm with you. Like I think that like and I understand. Like I'm not saying like if you have a bunch of Firstborn, just throw your army away.
Go play Horus Heresy.
Well, no, I'm not saying. Holy shit! No, I'm just saying like don't go throw your armies away. But like I think that because what it seems like, at least in these announcements with what 10th will be, is like pulling in a lot of AOS stuff. And a big thing with AOS was just condensing a lot of the data sheets, condensing a lot of the rules to make it more free flowing and quick. And I think that 40K has a lot of just fat on the meat, and that would be one thing that you could easily cut, because I mean the 9th edition Space Marine Codex is like 150 pages.
Oh, it's
huge.
If you take out all the Firstborns, there's still I think they're either number one or number two in number of data sheets just with Primaris, and then if you condense it to like, instead of having like a Phobos captain, Gravis captain, if you just say captain and then like you like upgrade them with points or whatever, it still goes to about like, I think they're third behind Eldar and Orcs or something like that.
It's huge.
They have so many data sheets, and while Games Workshop isn't the best at balancing stuff, when you have hundreds of data sheets,
It's very hard.
it makes it very
impossible
hard.
to- yeah.
Get rid of Firstborns.
Well, I think this is why I think they're still in, right? Because Grey Knights haven't been updated.
Get rid of Grey Knights.
Oh, holy Christ. Yeah, I said Corsican wrong 5 times, and I can't wait to see the hate in the comments now.
Well, honestly, this is what's gonna happen. It's like I thought this is like a kill team channel. Like, it's like 10
so
minutes in.
right
We're
now-
gonna be talking
look,
about fucking Death Edition.
We're just talking about Adepticon and what happened. All right, like
Oh yeah, this is Adepticon.
Dude, the thumbnail is gonna be like Phobos top 5. They're gonna be fucking
First
15
45
minutes in. They're gonna be like,
sorry.
So,
Talking about 10th
when are
edition.
you guys gonna talk about?
we gotta put the best to last.
Yeah, we put it at last so they have to watch it so we get the viewership up.
I look at the analytics. It's fucking like this. It just keeps going down, and it never comes back up.
All right. Okay, so let's go back on track then with the new box. Then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you hate it.
I don't care for either of the teams. I don't think they're bad. I don't like Votan very much, and I don't like Chaos.
For some reason, I like it when they have their astronaut look where it's like white, and then this one was painted orange.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't think they looked as
I
good.
like the orange. I don't know why.
And you don't like Kill Team. Kill Team has a whole fucking orange fucking. They're on an orange crusade right now.
I know that is weird. I think they're really trying to sell it like, hey guys, we know we couldn't make shit for yellow and orange in the
Yeah.
past, but look at our new orange and yellow paints now.
Yeah. We can finally do it, and it doesn't require you to be a professional painter in order to paint yellow.
Don't require you to go buy extra pigment from an art store to mix it into our paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The box is the thing I'm actually more excited about is the narrative train, the escape pods and stuff like that.
Okay, so like on that, I wish that they would just sell that box.
They are.
No. I mean, like, I wish that the new box coming out would literally just be the Beastmen, Votan, and the narrative terrain. I don't want more walls.
I have so much into the dark
I
terrain.
don't.
If it weren't for boarding action, you can say whether or not that was all part of their plan. But
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, Kill Team player with boarding action is kind of like, oh, okay, I can actually get into
But
this
on boarding action, how many starter boxes have you bought?
too.
How many starter boxes have you bought?
of Kill Team, or
Yeah, Kill Team.
all of them.
Yeah, I have 3 Into the Dark narrative setting. I've got so many freaking walls. I don't know what to do with it.
Just build the little Gallowdark at that point.
Yeah.
I traded some for my hotel room for Adepticon.
But that's what I mean. Like,
To a 40k player that wanted to do boarding actions. I was like, oh, you don't have to go out and buy the box. I got like 16 sets at home.
we could literally boarding actions a 6x4 and play 40k on it. Like,
Ooh. Yeah, like it's. I'm glad because they did kind of hint at least that the next season of Kill Team, which should start, it's going to be after this box.
Yeah.
And it's so theoretically June, July, August range. I think Into the Dark came out in August, so let's just call it August.
You usually get about 3 months with preview to release.
Yeah, and then that'll be after 10th edition comes out. So with the new season of Kill Team, they said that the Gallowdark has crashed.
See?
And so that means they could do something like
Mix or what?
a mix, or
That'd be
or just like instead of having an orc terrain, it's this is a piece of the crash ship, or it's just the planet that
It's
they're
more
on.
fucking walls.
Yeah.
Great.
Because honestly,
These are broken.
as a new player, I actually love these walls because player place terrain is like the most toxic thing as a new guy coming in. Because
I agree.
yeah,
Terrain is very hard. As someone who has run a Kill Team event, or at least helped, it's there's no good decision because at Adepticon, what they did for the open boards was that the one judge, Ben, great guy, did a fantastic job, but man, he had to go to every table and adjust the terrain.
See, and that's why like this is where I if when this new narrative drops, I hope they go more towards like, and I'm going to talk a lot about AOS because that's like the game I primarily play, but I hope they go more towards the tournament scene of AOS where it's like you have the map you're playing, the objective you're playing, and then it's like within this 3-inch diameter, 6-inch diameter, you have to place X, and X is it's a building, it's impassable, it's forest, it's this.
so
that's
it's kind of
interesting.
And so
pre-made.
it is preset.
Okay.
It's just to the extent of like you only can move your terrain within this.
Yeah, because GW actually came out with I don't know if they're official or not, but they have for specifically Octarius, they have some like for their tournament, they have layouts for the buildings. But the problem is that's designed around one set of terrain.
Exactly.
And so they have a little bit more reason to say, okay, this building goes here, this building goes there. But they need something because that fits everything.
I actually like that because as a new player, like coming in, it's a lot easier to just like, I'm learning the system, then I'm learning the game. And it's not like I'm learning the system, I'm learning the game, and I got to learn how to place terrains.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, so I can play the game. It's like, oh man.
Well, like I said, I think GW is moving a lot towards like everything being streamlined because like a big issue with GW is like getting into the game is hard. If you don't know what you're doing. And then number 2 is just like getting to the point of playing a game is the selling point.
Yep.
Because like how many people have you tried to introduce the hobby? They buy models, they get them all built, and then it's like, hey, I want to play the game. And it's like, okay, let me get my fucking... All right.
Bring out my, giant tub of terrain.
Exactly.
Let's go to a store that may or may not have room
tables.
for us and put out all our stuff. It's now been 2 hours. We now play a 3-hour game minimum.
Yep.
And then it's a lot. So yeah, they've been. That was one of the things that their like almost motto for 10th edition was simple or simpler, not simple.
It's literally the same thing with the Riot thing, where it's like easy to play, hard to master.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
But I mean, like honestly, the funny things. When I first got into AOS, I thought it was you go, I go, and when someone tried to explain to me, it's like, no, I moved my whole army. I was like, huh?
See, like, okay, like that's like AOS. There's a lot of good things, and I think they're going to show up in 40K, like datasheet cards. Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm actually really
awesome.
excited for
The
that.
fact that the index are coming out in like a tangible form, but also being free online is the perfect way to do it.
Insane. I like that they're reducing down to like 1-page rules, and I swear to God, I'll turn this back into Kill Team in a second. I like that they're like every army will have 1 page of rules. And that's how you do it. And I'm sure it's going to be like AOS where it's like the orcs. You have your 2 pages, 1 faction, 2 faction, 3. And I really like that. I like that everything's getting simplified. I really hope they fix stratagems, because I do not like carrying around a Yu-Gi-Oh fucking card holder to like dig through to see what's for my army.
I did get a little bit excited with like the customization, but I definitely understand too much for a new player is really bad.
It like, depending on what faction you run, like my Vanguard Spearhead brings like 60 plus stratagems.
Yeah.
And 95% of them are useless. But there's always that one that's like, oh, if you're like, there's a Raven Guard specific one that if you're facing a Alpha Legion, Night Lords, basically the Isfahan 4.
No, it's literally,
and then you get rerolls to hit. And it's like, none of those are like the mainline ones. So it's not like, you know, you're going to run into them even. All my Raven Guard games, I've never played them.
It's never a good idea to have a game where you can win through knowledge gap alone.
Yeah.
And it's not the actual play itself. Because like there is like a bunch of like there is like a certain amount that you should know and understand the game in order to play. But when that is just like, oh man, how much is there? How many teams?
Yeah.
How many stratagem?
And that's why
I just feel like I'm just
for a competitive game, I was really liking Kill Team, because when I go, what stratagems do you have? You hand me the book. It's at most like 8.
Yeah.
I move fast.
And half of them are only during the strategic phase.
Yep.
So those ones, you know, once you've gotten past that, you don't have to think about them until next turn. But yeah, and then one of the big things they also announced with 10th edition.
Yeah, the other revealed
is the new style of playing, which is combat patrols. Combat patrols were always like they were advertised as, oh, you and your friend can buy one. But then, like, if someone buys the Custos one and then someone buys the Guard one, that's going to be the funniest game on earth.
And you min-max the Custos, and you're like, oh, I can make 1,010 points out of the Custos
and then,
box.
like, the Guard player is like, I got 250.
Here's my four points a man, 10 unit Guard, my Walker.
So yeah, like they're doing some sort of rules, and that would be a really good entry point, because they've been
because it's its own ecosystem.
Yeah,
like you can't add, you can't subtract, and obviously it's gonna be you can like Kill Team, like you have a box of 10 Legionnaire, you can only bring 6.
Yeah, yes.
Like it's not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna nerf the Custodians down. That'd be funny though. Like Custody guys buy the Combat Patrol, you get a bike, 2 Custodians, and then they're just like.
So, I mean, I definitely want to like play like when it comes out. I definitely do like combat patrols. The problem with me though is like just like FOMO. Like I have so many combat patrol boxes that are just sitting on my shelf. And I got back into 40K after the Grand Narrative last year in November, because for that I built an army like in like a month and painted it, because I was just like, when they canceled Age of Sigmar, which is bullshit, because I would have taken my shirt off and painted on Ogre Maltrise symbols and walked around that bitch going. Anyways,
that's probably why they canceled it.
No, there was some very risque cosplays at the 40K one too.
They're like, how many Ogre Drive cosplayers? We can't.
There's too many ogres signed up.
Sorry.
But no, like so yeah, like, and I've just like gotten back into 40K. I haven't played since I was like 18, maybe 20, 22.
I recently just got back. Like 10th. I didn't even know I wanted to play 40K, and I saw the trailer, and then 10th edition, because something about like starting a game when it's about the end of the season, I just feel like, oh, is this too late? Like, what's the point?
By the time you learn the game, it'd be too late.
Yeah.
And that's, never mind the fact that you have to build and paint stuff and
buy the cards, find the cards.
Yeah.
And we can still do boarding action though.
Yeah. That's something I've been, I've not played it myself, but everyone I've talked to who has played it really likes it. And as a Kill Team,
I mean, we got the fucking terrain, okay? We
have the terrain.
And like the cool thing is that they made it very restrictive to what you can bring, which is really cool, because you have like, you literally can't bring, you can bring one elite. You can't have the same data sheet for that elite. So you can double up your elite. So you can make like 5 mana, 10 man. And then you can only take like 3 troop choices.
I'm really excited. Like they said, they're keeping it from 9th edition to 10th edition. And I was looking through the rules, and there really isn't anything that makes me go, oh crap, you know, this wouldn't work in 10th edition from what they've said.
Yeah, and we're all kind of excited for it, like excited for 10th edition. So I don't know, maybe we'll do a couple of videos of boarding action to see how we kind of feel.
Yeah,
on the channel.
Just
we can probably
someone has to paint terrain.
Oh yeah. Somebody, huh?
Not it, dude.
Yeah, to match the one that we
Nah,
have
dude.
before. I wonder who painted that one.
I dremelled down mine and almost started a fire. I tried melting it to get it. I hate that terrain.
I've seen how you try to fucking
I look,
shave stuff.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
It's
Like a monkey trying to get into a computer, man. Like it's bad, dude. I'm hitting it with rocks. Like
I would not want to do it. I have them, but I do not want to do it. So
you guys know, like some of the walls gonna be gray. So
the lights are off in this section. That's why it's
Yeah.
black.
my side is just gonna be the painted one. Your guys' side is just gonna be the grayed out one.
it's all grayscale. Yeah. Somebody locally did some terrain for like all boarding actions, and he's like, I just threw it together, and it's like cream white on some of it. Like all the lights are like OSL, like intricate. I'm like, I hate you. I hate you so much.
It's like.
You did not dry brush this, liar.
Fire. Just use contrast, bro.
And then meanwhile, their army isn't painted.
Oh no, this guy, he paints really well, but like it was just. I threw this together real quick. It's just like a really easy, quick. Cool.
My
Is
easy
he
quick
like
is getting
spread when he say that?
Oh yeah, it just rubbing it in my face.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
My easy one is taking 2 cans of spray paint and painting it from one side, flipping it over, and then painting it from the other
Zenithal
side.
highlight works for everything.
The Peter method.
Yeah.
Like I'm as a 40K player first. Like I'm the local judge and
Yeah.
play much more 40K than I do kill team.
So if we get anything wrong, we just blame it on
yes,
Tomas.
it's all my
Pretty
fault.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm very excited to
I'm
the
too.
point that like even though I'm really enjoying kill team, I'm like, but I also want to play 40K. It's like if I'm playing 5 games of 40K a week and then I don't have time for kill team.
Okay, 5
mean,
games is a little
look,
crazy.
No.
Okay.
Like,
When
I'll be
addition comes
honest.
out, I go hard.
I'll be honest. As someone with 10,000 points in Soul Blight that's painted, with 3,000 points in Ogres, I've got like 3,000 points of Beastmen. Like I can honestly say like I'm super pumped about 40K.
Yeah, I
And-
went to this guy's place. His whole fucking garage is just gray stuff.
Well,
and
I mean,
some painted
Jesus,
stuff.
dude. And that's me downsizing. I've owned every AOS army painted to 2K
Yeah,
points.
and then you got intimidated by my
except for
space
INET.
elf. Yeah, he's like,
I put that turbo
Yeah.
together, and I was like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing this.
This is fantasy, okay? We talk about fantasy too. It's not just space sci-fi stuff.
But what I'm saying is like just seeing like the hopeful contrast between AOS and 40K is making me really want to get back into the sci-fi.
sci-fi is going on.
They've been
sci-fi.
taking. They seem to be taking a lot of stuff from AOS 40 or AOS Kill Team, Horus Heresy.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the beta test? For 40K?
The beta games.
yeah, basically.
The beta games.
Yeah. Look, we swear this isn't just testing grounds for 40K. Look, they're fantasy. They're elves. Not, compared to our space elves. But yeah,
But their centipedes are better.
yeah, 100%. I will agree. I will agree.
For AOS.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's not even-
Yeah.
Well, you can do more. You can do more with it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's fantasy. You can.
I mean, the new demon looks cool.
You just wave it to magic. It's magic.
Yeah,
No,
and
no,
it's
seriously,
yeah,
like the new demon looks cool. The new bloodletters look cool, but realistically, like the amount of conversion work I did on my like Gargant, you can't do that in 40K.
Don't bring in giants, okay? That's
I'm
like the
just saying,
least
like,
interesting shit you could probably bring
Not
out.
mine. Shut up.
All the other ones.
What would your centerpiece
Night
be?
coach?
The night, dude, that is such a piece of shit model.
It's a giant.
I built and
it's
painted
really
2 of them.
expensive?
I hate those things. They're like build it all together, but we're gonna hollow out the inside and then put little ornate coffins in the middle.
Look in the back. It says intermediate level.
Nothing in GW says that on it. The Night Haunt Night Coach.
Yeah, it says 13 plus. I don't know if you saw that, Seth.
I must have missed it. They really should put warnings. I was putting that stuff in my mouth too. I could have choked. The Night Haunt. Whatever.
Dude, Night Haunt.
See, now you're the third wheel, right? You have no idea.
I'm just. Yeah, no. I understand
He's like, can we get
none
back
of
to
this.
40K now?
Look, I'll talk about Horus Heresy if that
Then
gets
we
us-
just both leave.
All right, cool. I'm just waiting for 40K to get a Marathi model, and I can just automatically hate GW more. Oh yeah, this model can't die until turn 4.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Tom's like, the rules.
I mean, that
get it.
is kind of. There is a
No.
couple models like that.
No, there's not. Not Marathi literally can take three wounds a turn And after that, it's nothing. Should we talk about like hopes maybe for 10th edition? Like what armies we want to see more of?
I honestly don't know shit about 40K, so I'm just ready to jump in.
I just want the things that GW are saying that they're doing to actually be true, because it's Games Workshop. They make mistakes. That's the best way I'm going to put it, because we would like to get free stuff one day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Like all those
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I am like they're saying like, oh, codexes aren't like a straight like, oh, if you have a codex you're just flat out like unbeatable compared to an index. It's like, no, it's a 1 in 1 out, so it feels, you just get more variability, which is great. But and they're like, oh, we're not going to do as, there's not going to be codex creep, but it's not like no one ever wanted codex creep. They should have never had codex creep to begin with, but they gotta sell models.
Well, I mean, no one ever wants it, but then you have that one guy who's just got like a hard on for chaos and then writes the most broken book ever of 4th edition. And then it's just like, okay, cool. Like this is the new meta now. Everyone's going to run this.
Yeah.
Or the old like pin them out until you can't guard, where it was just like, I'm going to mortar everything. And you're just pinned. Take pin test. Sorry,
edition.
I'm going way back. I'm going way back.
You guys have been in this hobby for way longer.
I haven't. I started in 8th edition. Like
that's way more longer than me.
I started when I was like 13. I walked into a game store.
Nerd.
Dude, yeah. Tell me about it. When Fantasy was on Square Bases.
His pinky up because he actually can afford it, so I don't even know what kind
No, I couldn't.
upbringing.
It was my parents were divorced and my dad had to buy my love somehow. So. Nah, just kidding. That was cold.
You couldn't just like regular action figures, really?
Oh man,
so this is $200, Dad.
Dad, buy this. No, well, even back in the day, it was the starter sets were actually priced very competitively.
Ask your dad that actually.
No, I am being serious. It was when you got into especially in fantasy, when it was they would sell blisters of 3 models and you needed 80.
Yeah, because
to fill out.
Now you buy a box of 10 models and it's $60.
Yeah.
But before it's you buy, like you said, 3 models
for $15.
And they're metal or fine crap.
Oh yeah.
GW has a lot of issues right now with their pricing. But
it's understandable, man. Again, I've been in multiple games and in this hobby a long time where GW has come and compared the sculpts and all that. I will gladly pay that premium because the models are just so great. I remember putting together 2-piece models that only faced in a 90-degree angle, not in the front. And so,
the Space Marines that all stood like this,
yeah,
and you just glued their bolter on top of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I like their look, and I think the biggest pull for me for just playing GW stuff is there's just more people playing it. Man.
That's one of those things that whenever people ask me oh, have you heard about this game? Yeah, I heard it's great.
Fucking 2 people plays it.
But yes,
I swear to God I have it. I swear to God I have it. So let me know.
we can play it if you want to.
That's it also is hard to recommend stuff even Kill Team. Where luckily locally we have a pretty good community.
We got Riggin. Okay, this guy he's just can I teach you how to play?
Community. But it's up until recently, Star Wars Legion, which is a very popular game, didn't really have a community at all in Albuquerque. Now they've recently gotten a group going that seems to be doing pretty well. But it's before then, even though the game was very popular, it was number 2 compared to 40K.
Yeah.
But just because locally there was no one to play.
Because you were the forerunner, you and Franco for 40K?
Yeah. So me and Franco run the 40K community.
Yeah.
And
Franco's a good guy.
Yeah.
And then
shout out.
You have Kenny Discord, and then
Kenny. So Kenny,
John,
Kenny, John, and I think it was Kenny and John. Kenny and John started the AOS, and here and I'm not kidding when I say this. AOS, the largest player base in the United States for AOS players here in Albuquerque, and so I think last time I checked, it was 250 active members in that Discord who play Age of Sigmar.
And you guys are so friendly too. That's the thing. As a new player, I came in, I was I feel welcome.
AOS is a very hard game to not be friendly with it. It's because AOS has so much random. I guess the turnings could be changing. You go, I go.
Yep.
It's very hard to put yourself in a position where you can be. like a dick about it.
Yeah.
Because like in 40K, like if I come up with Tau and it's like, oh, I'm literally deploying on my edge,
back row, and I'm just gonna
shoot you for 3 turns, and it's like, okay, you got 2 units to me. It's like it's like, and I do like 40K, and I'm not saying like there's a lot of players like this in the 40K community or in the kill team community. It's just like you do occasionally run into more of that. Like, I found a way to break the game. I'm going to exploit this, and break it.
Luckily, everyone I've played with so far has been cool. So,
yeah, dude. I mean, look, you're gonna find that in everything, man.
Yeah,
like you're gonna find that in everything. And I've played everything and anything under the sun. I swear to God, I've got it in my house.
Yeah, like I'll just be like, what is that? So it's like, oh, this is this great game. It's like not even painted, still in the box. Dude,
I literally like I've so little time and so many models, but like 40K is not a bad. It's not the worst community.
You had like a Malifaux period where like your whole house.
I love Malifaux.
Every time I see Malifaux models, like I go, man, that looks cool, and then it's like, no one has even mentioned it.
I've got. If you want to try Malifaux, I have enough for 8 players to play.
I know that this is not happening. I spend too much on 40K and Ages, or not Ages.
I tried to talk you into Age of Sigmar. Yeah.
Age of Sigmar is a fun game. You gotta like the aesthetic.
I do not care.
Okay, well, you're missing out.
I just don't. I'm not a huge fantasy fan, so for me, Age of Sigmar.
I understand that.
Though the game that everyone should be playing is Warhammer Underworlds.
Oh yeah,
the best Games Workshop game.
No,
period.
No,
nobody cares.
No, you are
they like
so
the models,
full of
and nobody cares.
First of all, okay, the best game ever made.
Well, that's currently in.
Okay, Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is the best game. Blood Bowl is the best game GW has ever made, and I will die on that fucking hill.
I heard Blood Bowl is good, but Warhammer Underworlds is phenomenal.
No.
I love that game.
I
it
hate
is
that.
the game that I bring with me to play, like when it's 10 o'clock and everyone's wasting. We're like, let's play some Underworlds, and then
Yeah, because you have to be wasted to have fun in that game. Let me deck build.
like you know when you
And I have to buy this one deck that was
deck building's
produced
gone.
3 years ago.
deck
Really?
building's gone. Yeah,
In the new edition?
Yeah, so the way they
Then how come all the new kits I buy to convert have a fucking deck in them?
so the way it works is that now you take the core deck, and then the deck that comes with the faction, and then that's your deck. Like that's your possible options.
I might try it again. I got a few of them.
You're like,
I have
pulls out all the Warhammer Underworlds models. Yeah, okay, let's see.
But
Because I will admit, the before when like you had to buy like every single faction in order to have all the cards.
that's what I was
that
like. I'm
dumb.
not feeling this. I was like, I don't want to do this because I got in because that was the second edition, I think, where it was the skeletons in the starter box and
Yeah.
I just use the model kit badge.
That's the same.
pretty much what
That's why I've got
I was like, oh, this guy's cool.
Everyone likes the Warhammer Underworld models
are cool.
yeah.
I'm just a special snowflake, dude. Like there'll be like a HQ that I want. I'm like, we'll use this torso, we'll use this hand.
Yeah.
Now it's mine, and it's like, are you cool with proxy?
It is 90%
It's a
GW.
lot taller. Okay, it's
That's-
on my it's disadvantage.
That's what I've been running to
Yeah.
with Kill Team. Like my Phobos, my Reaver Sergeant,
Uh-huh.
he's much bigger. I gave him a giant, stupid jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, we're all excited for 10th edition.
Yeah.
we're,
10th
we're
edition's
interested
gonna
to
be
see where
awesome.
it's going to go.
And then honestly, let us know, guys. We're doing this. We're gonna try this podcasting out. Maybe do some boarding action. Maybe dip our toe into. Well, he's gonna go freaking hard on 10th edition.
I mean, honestly, man, I'm probably gonna go hard.
Well,
to
but
edition
two people are
too.
going, really. I have an army. Okay, I'm painting white. I'll tell you how hard I'm going once I'm done with my quins.
But yeah, just let us know what you guys are. If you're interested in 10th edition, if you're interested in boarding actions, we're obviously this is start off as a Kill Team channel, but we don't want to limit ourselves.
Yeah.
But also, if you guys tell us, no, we don't want 40K, 40K.
If I like it, I'll still play it. But
Yeah, we'll still.
We'll play. We just won't film it, I guess.
just don't watch on Wednesdays or Fridays or whatever.
exactly.
Because we're probably not going to decrease the content. We're just going to keep adding to it. So it's pretty much just going to have more variety.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, like Tomas is saying, like just Peter has never played 40K. I'm just getting back into it. Like, if y'all have any recommendations for I mean, of course we don't know the rule set for 10th yet, but like friendly armies to start. Please, we would love to hear your recommendations or like what you're passionate about
Yeah, because I plan on doing like 3 teams
for
a kill team. Oh, it was 40K.
40K?
Because Kill Team I have
I got
11 now.
Dude, I've got Sisters, Gene Stealers, and something else in a box.
I mean, those who's watching has watched this far and knows that I play like a new Kill Team every freaking video. And then it's actually like I got done painting them and I'm just like, well, this is going to be the first game. I'll just bring it over to the channel and see how it goes.
And then the one time I'm actually starting to get good at it, you're like, hey, you should play something else. And then they nerfed the second team I have. Fuck. Bump the other team.
Well, you just got to say the actual team right this time.
Crassikins.
Karskins.
Look, I'm from the
Cars
South,
cans.
all right? I'm not good with R's and A's, okay?
When I miss, I'm like, English is my second language, so.
Yeah, same. My first language is bad English.
But yeah, thank you guys all for watching.
And we'll see you next time or in a battle report.
Yeah.
Why are you yelling?
Casual talk.
Why don't you be like, welcome to Casual Talk?
Into my groove, Seth.
I know, but you're just like, Casual Talk.
Welcome to Casual Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Adepticon and 10th edition and some Beastmen. I'm Tomas. On my left is Peter, and on my right is Seth.
You know I'm using this, right?
It was actually really good until you like the serial killer.
You joke about this now, it's literally going to be this one, and you're going to be like, Pete, what the fuck?